Hello everybody.
Hi everybody.
Happy Sunday to you all and welcome to a little bit of a special Q&A because as you know we're in the process of showing you guys our Tokyo Disneyland vlogs.
Yes.
And we thought for the next Q&A that we'll dedicate it completely with Tokyo.
Yes, because a lot of you have got a lot of questions and we thought why don't we all cram them down into one video just for you guys. So if you are wondering all the ins and outs of our Tokyo trip, then stay tuned.
Yes.
So before we actually jump into the questions, David and myself and Tim and Jen went to Tokyo for around about 8 days. We were there a little bit earlier. We flew with Cathay Pacific. We stayed over, we had a layover in Hong Kong for about 4 hours.
We did.
The overall journey took about 15 hours. That's not including the layover. The layover is a little bit longer. We stayed over at the Royal Park Hotel at Hyundai Airport.
Yes.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I do apologise. We did stay there the night and then we met up with Tim and Jen and we headed over to the Hilton Tokyo Bay, which is situated on Disney property, but it's one of the Disney partnered hotels.
Yes.
And yeah, we spent an amazing 4 days in Disney.
Yeah.
In Disneyland and DisneySea.
It was pretty epic.
It was pretty amazing. We loved it so much. So let's jump into those questions.
Let's do it. How did you find the language barrier when you were in Tokyo? Hope you had a lovely time. We had a great time. The language barrier in Disneyland Tokyo was pretty good. Everyone was very good at speaking English. If there was a problem at all, they would try and get one of the other cast members to kind of help out.
That was the same with the airport and the hotel as well.
Yeah, so everyone, I think when we got further into Tokyo City, there were a couple people that kind of did struggle, but we did get there in the end.
We never really had any problems with language barriers. It's very similar to when you go over to Paris and you only know a few little French words, or you might not know any at all. You know, so it is just very similar to that, really. The most amazing thing about that country is that everyone is very patient.
Yes.
Everyone is very lovely. Everybody says this, but believe me, it is true. If they can't understand you, they will have the patience to learn, and you both learn off each other.
Yeah.
So they will learn your language and you will vice versa learn their language. There are a lot of apps as well, a lot of free apps that you can use that if you are in a little bit of a pickle, like if we're heading into Tokyo and we've gone to a ramen place and we don't know what's going on and they don't know a word of English or anything like that, we'll just whip out the phone, use Google Translate, and yeah, that's helped us a lot.
Yeah, it did help us quite a lot.
Yes.
So make sure you do have that if you do end up going to Tokyo. So what was the weirdest bit of food / merchandise that you saw or bought? Food, I can happily say, was, if you haven't seen it on Tim and Jen's video, it was a sausage with a chicken stick inside.
It wasn't a chicken stick, it was a chicken bone.
A chicken bone, sorry, yes. Yeah, so it was a chicken bone as a handle and then you ate the sausage. I didn't get it.
No, I didn't understand it either. It was like, we saw pictures of it before we actually saw it. We were like, surely that's not a real chicken bone. And it actually is a real chicken bone. And you're like, why?
Again, the sausage tasted lovely.
Yeah.
But just the chicken bone? Because I know sausages are made from pork. So the transition, I don't know, but it was weird. The weirdest piece of merchandise that we saw or bought.
And bought.
Oh, we did buy it, yes.
Yeah. And it's this guy. Now you're wondering, guys, it's just Flounder from The Little Mermaid. It's just a toy. What's so weird about it? Well, in actual fact, it is a tissue box cover. Want a tissue?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I just need to clear
I'll
my
have
nose.
a tissue too.
Yeah, for some reason, Tokyo loves tissue box covers.
Yes.
They had a lot of this merchandise here, and we just found this in one of the Disney stores in Tokyo. It was actually on sale.
It's amazing.
And we had to buy it.
It's a tissue box holder.
The weirdest thing ever.
But we've seen Q-tips as well. They were selling like Mickey Mouse Q-tips, which were very very awesome, but I would never use them at all because they look so pretty. There was all sorts of stuff, wasn't there? Like kitchen roll holders,
lint holders.
Lint rollers that were the size of paint rollers.
Yeah, crazy, literally crazy.
Genius, they're thinking it.
Yeah, they're thinking of the future.
There you go.
So there you go, that's the weirdest thing. Can I ask, did you book this trip as a package or did you book everything separate? Loving the Tokyo loving the Tokyo Disney vlogs. We want to go so much. We actually booked everything completely separate.
Yes.
As we were staying with Tim and Jen, so basically they covered the hotel side, and then obviously we booked our flight separately.
Yes.
We just used search comparison websites to find the best flight prices.
And as well for the hotels as well.
Yes.
So that's what Tim and Jen did as well. They used price comparison sites to find the best hotel. Yeah. We've never really found a package for Tokyo, so this is the only way. And we kind of the way that we did it was exactly the same way as when we're actually finding out our Florida flights and hotels and stuff like that, which is using price comparison sites.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of This Morning, and if you love that money-saving Martin guy, if you check out his website, which is the moneysavingexpert.com, I think. I could be wrong. That's where we normally find our price comparison sites who are reliable and stuff. Tickets for Disney, we had to actually buy them there. We had to buy them in Tokyo.
Yes.
Because you actually couldn't book them online.
No, we tried to book them online. For some reason they wouldn't accept international cards for some really random reason, which is weird. So when we got to the hotel at Tokyo Hilton Bay, we purchased them through there.
Yeah.
And they also gave information for the monorail tickets, so how much they cost, because you do have to pay for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, all that through the concierge of the hotel, as again they're a partner hotel, so they were able to help out easily. Yes. What is the difference between Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea? Where to start?
They are very different. Yes. Two very different parks.
So Tokyo Disneyland is pretty much the same sort of, similar to Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World, or like Disneyland California or Disneyland Paris.
It really does have a Magic Kingdom vibe.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not just talking about the castle, it's everything. Like the detailings of everything is very Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and like we said in the last, or on the Tuesday vlog that just went by, it is the only Main Street USA to have a cover, because obviously it rains a lot there in Tokyo.
Yes.
And so that's the reason why they have that. Tokyo DisneySea is a completely unique park to any Disney theme park in the world.
They've not. There are no other Disney parks like it. Yeah. It's very. I don't know how to describe it. It is very. The best way to describe it, when you're walking in, it's very Portofino from Universal Studios. You know, that resort. It's very much like that. It's very Italian, very Italian, and then it goes into very American style. But then there's a big, huge volcano, and if you go anywhere near it, it's very steampunky. That's where you go to Journey of the Centre of the Earth, which was closed, and I was gutted. And there's like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And then if you go further back, that's when it's more of an adventure, so you've got more Indiana Jones. And then as well, next to it is a very Arabian sort of theming. It's
Sinbad
beautiful.
It's very hard to kind of describe it, because, you know, with Hollywood studios, it's all about movies and sort of things like that. And then you've got California Adventure, which is all about California. It's very hard to describe, but
it's just a unique Tokyo park.
It's a very unique Tokyo. I would say it's like fantasy / American Italian themed. That's probably the best way to describe it. What piece of merch do you regret not buying? There's always one. I know one, and you know it. It is the pizza t-shirt that we saw at Tomorrowland.
It was so expensive.
It was expensive. There was a t-shirt that had like Mickey shaped pizzas, and it was made by a brand, and it was really expensive. It was like nearly 4,000 yen. Yeah. And that's a lot. Compared to the prices of the other stuff. 60.
It worked out something like £50 or something like that. It was really expensive.
But it was really awesome, and we were thinking, we're going to get this right at the end, and then we kind of sat and went, we can't part that sort of cash sort of thing. But it was really good. That was the one that I kind of remembered.
I remembered the backpack, the plain backpack with the really unique sort of lining in it as well. That was another one. And I saw a Little Mermaid dress, which was a big maxi dress, and it had the repeat patterns of the Little Mermaid characters and stuff on there. I should have really picked that up, and I'm really gutted.
So.
Oh well, have to go back.
What is something you wish you had known / felt better prepared for prior to going to Tokyo Disneyland?
For me personally, was to chill and relax and to not panic over things, because I was very nervous. I read a lot of things thinking that because I am a bigger size, I was scared that I won't fit into rides, I won't fit in any of the clothes, I won't be able to sit anywhere because everything's really narrow. I wish I ignored all of what I read on the internet, because it was completely the opposite when I arrived.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it was the most relaxing place. There were sizes that went up to 3XL,
It's true.
which, you know, even though when you're thinking of an Eastern standard clothing, you have to go a size up.
Yeah.
So really it's 2X. But yeah, I had no real problems with that, and I also had no problems with any other rides whatsoever. In fact, we were on canoes as well. You know, cast members made us go on rides. They were literally like hoisting us
Please
in
come
and
in,
stuff.
yeah.
So never had any problems. So if anyone is in that situation thinking, am I going to fit in rides? If you're kind of the size like me, you'll be fine.
You'll be absolutely fine. To be honest, I have to agree with you there. There's nothing else really that I kind of felt we needed to know or throughout the trip. Yeah, just do it. Do it, people. Really enjoyed your travel vlog. How was the food? Likes and dislikes? To be honest, we love like Japanese culture foods.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it. There wasn't really anything that we didn't like. So in regards to food there, like in Tokyo, like we said, we love Japanese culture food. We love like sushi and sort of ramen. So we kind of felt quite comfortable with some of the food. There wasn't really anything that we didn't really, really take our fancy.
I think as well with Disneyland itself, there was so much variety. So if you didn't like ramen or sushi or anything like that, and there was pizzas, there was burgers, there was hot dogs. You know, there was very much quite a lot of like Western variety foods. But the foods that we were mainly scoffing on was the snacks, because the steam buns are just so unique.
So good.
They're so the way that they present everything. Our favourite ones must have been like the Donald Duck chicken thigh patty.
Yeah, the chicken thigh patty, which had was Mickey's hands, and then you also had the Donald Duck one, which had the shrimp patty. That was so good and so fresh.
You could tell you were eating into a chicken thigh.
Yeah, exactly.
And same with the prawn patty and the shrimp patty. There was chunks of like meat in there.
Yeah, just the only thing that we would say was we just didn't have enough time to eat everything.
No.
Because there were so many other places we wanted to try, and we just didn't have the time. So again, like we said, we'll have to go back and try all this food.
Yeah.
But I've done California, Florida and Paris. Unlikely to do Tokyo, disabled issues. But what is the one standout thing in Tokyo compared to other Disney parks that you've done? I really think that the cast members really, even the cast members in Florida and Paris are really great.
And California.
And California, of course, because we've never been there. But Tokyo, we thought it was a next step up. They were so amazingly kind. They would always wave at you. They would always want to know that you're having a great time.
There was one example. You went off to the toilets. Yes. I was waiting at this sort of wagon. I was standing by this sort of like wagon. I was standing by a wagon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were off to the toilet. I was standing next to a wagon just waiting, and I was just in the shade, just enjoying it, just taking it all in, sort of thing. And then I get this little tap on the shoulder, and it was a cast member, and she went, shh. And I actually thought I was stood in the wrong spot, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And she went, no, shh, come here. And then she led me over to the back of the wagon, lifted up a sheet of canvas, and went, hidden Mickey, no one knows about it. And I literally was like, oh my goodness, where did you come out from? So a cast member just came over and saw that I was on my own and thought, I'll share you with some really cool information. Yeah. And she showed me a little hidden Mickey, and I was just like, oh my god, that was the best ever. Another really great thing is everything's wider. So like the paths are wider, so you don't feel like, even though it's busy, you don't feel like everyone's bumping into you. I think the layout just felt
the layout felt more open, more spacious, and just able to walk around and enjoy everything. And and
I really enjoyed like the castle as well, inside the castle.
Yeah. And the fact of it was actually very similar. The castle was quite similar to like Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World, but you walked through, you saw the mosaic, but then you can go upstairs and go inside the castle, which is pretty awesome. So it was like 2 in 1. Were the rides and attractions still as good as in Florida, even though it is unknown language? Love you guys and your blogs.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that some of the rides there were even better than Florida.
Yes.
For example, Winnie the Pooh ride was 10 times
that was
better.
a trackless ride. It's very similar to like Ratatouille in a way.
Yeah.
So that sort of car sort of thing, driving around. I believe there's quite a few rides that are the same as California, like with Space Mountain as well, I believe. Yeah. But it's a little bit different. I do feel like the language barrier isn't a problem. Like when we were on Jungle Cruise, even though he was talking in complete Japanese, we kind of still had the gist of what a Jungle Cruise actually is. So it was really kind of nice to start learning a different language on other things that you go, oh, he's talking about Trader Sam, okay, and yeah. So like you can get the gist of some things, and I just think it's a really nice educational thing as well, just learning a new language and just having the patience to just try and understand something. And if you were to see a show like the Tiki Room, a cast member came over with a little device for all of us that helped translate what was going on and what people were saying.
And dare I even say it, even though I know there's one in California, there's one in Paris, there's one in Florida, I did quite enjoy It's a Small World.
Oh gosh.
In Tokyo. It was quite sweet. I think it's the same. I think it's the same as in California because there's loads of Disney characters. The one in Paris.
I must admit, it got a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it did.
It got very, very creepy, but then it became a lot more relaxed.
It did.
And then I was like, oh, I kind of like this.
This is different.
And then I started noticing there was a lot of Disney characters in there, and then the Disney music for that film was going in, and I was like, I kind of like this. It's quite pretty, and the lighting was just beautiful. And then it went really trippy again.
So there's a little bit of hint there, like it was pretty good, and then near the end it kind of got.
See, I give things a chance, okay?
Yes.
Even though I don't really like It's a Small World, I gave it a chance because apparently it was different, and it was different.
So meh. So there is a big difference for you. Now you've done Paris, Orlando, Tokyo. When will you be going to California?
When we can afford it.
When we can afford it.
It's always the most expensive one
Yeah.
that we've tried to look on price comparison sites.
Yeah.
It's always been so expensive.
Sometimes, depending on the time of the year, it can be very similar to Tokyo, how much it costs. So we're kind of weighing it out, and we will definitely go one day, and we will definitely let you guys know. But it's in the pipeline. It's on the, like you said, this Tokyo trip. No one ever thought we will go there.
Yeah, we were actually meant to go over to California with Tim and Jen after Tokyo, but we checked out the prices and everything, and it was just crazy on how much it would cost just for us to be there for like 3 days. So one day, when we find a really good deal, because that's what we are. We're always looking out for that deal, and that's what we do all the time.
And we'll let you know.
Yeah.
How did you split your trip between Disney and non-Disney? How many days did you do, and do you think this was enough? So we did 4 days in Disneyland or Disney parks.
Yeah.
And then we did 1 day in Tokyo City.
Yes. With our 4-day pass for Disney, it was mandatory that you only had to visit one park only for the first 2 days.
Yes.
So we did Disneyland for the first day, DisneySea for the second day, and then for the final 2 days we kind of mixed and match.
Yeah.
So you park up on the last 2 days. We got quite a lot done. Unfortunately, with DisneySea, there was a lot of attractions closed, like Journey of the Centre of the Earth was closed, and Taro Terror as well, which apparently Taro Terror is a completely different storyline. It's not based on the Twilight Zone. No. So we were very, very disappointed about that. But hey, it happened. We'll just have to go back again.
And then we did 1 day in Tokyo City. We kind of feel that we could have had, if we had extra days, we could have done more things in Tokyo City. Yeah. But as we only had 1 day, we kind of had, when you see the vlog, you kind of understand. Yes. So I won't give too much away, but
I think if we were there for, I say, about 2 weeks, we would explore Tokyo a lot more.
We would have been able to do lots more.
But 4 days is pretty much a good time for Disney.
Yeah. Definitely worth it. And the other thing I will say about if you are going, do check when you're going. If you're going on a weekend, it does get a little bit busy. Yes. And if it is like a holiday, when we were around there,
it was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day
on the Saturday. Everything was ridiculously busy, like 110 minutes. Yeah.
So do be prepared and do know that when you are going, if it is a holiday, if you're going on Saturday, maybe do that Tokyo day or do something else, just to keep you aware. Did you watch any Japan-centric YouTubers before your trip as prep? Yes.
If you have been following us for quite a while, you would know that we are huge fans of Japanese vloggers. So Made in Japan, Abroad in Japan, Abby Pop as well, who goes out to Japan quite a few times.
She does.
She loves Disney. I highly recommend her channel if you ever decide to venture into the Tokyo Disney sort of vlogs. She's got
Definitely.
some crackers. And Yummy Japan as well.
Yeah, they cover like food aspects in Japan. So if you guys want to, if you're interested in something and you're not sure,
Yes.
check out their channel. They're really, really good as
Yeah.
well. What is the one thing you wish you could have done in Tokyo that you did not get to do?
There's quite a few in Tokyo City.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was raining a lot, and
It
so
was.
we couldn't venture out as much because it was when it rains out there, it pours.
It does
like
pour.
it really, really pours. We kind of wish that we tried maybe some like themed restaurants.
Yeah, that's true.
Explored a little bit more of Akihabara and places like that. Yeah, there is a lot of things because you'll see it in the vlogs. We kind of just like jump to different places.
Yeah, which was still good fun.
Which was amazing fun. We actually covered a lot of ground.
Like we were saying, we did cover a majority of good stuff, and like if we did, we would probably go not in Tokyo City Centre, maybe further out.
Yeah.
If we had more time, and that would have been cool to kind of visit hot springs, sort of other areas in Tokyo, and that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
How many different popcorn flavours were there, and how many did you try? I'm new to the channel, I jumped from the Tim Tracker, you guys are adorable.
Hello,
Thank you very much.
welcome.
There were so many flavours. I was counting when we were there, and I think it's like 11 or 12 different flavours of popcorn.
Yeah.
We tried about half of them, I'd say.
There are so many.
Obviously, cut out 2, which is obviously salted and sweet, which we've all
And
had.
barbecue as well, and caramel.
Yeah, caramel as well,
Because we kind of know those flavours.
yeah. The ones we missed out on was milk chocolate, barbecue, curry. I think there was another one.
But to be honest, I think
black
we've
pepper.
kind of tried.
Yeah.
We know what the curry one's probably going to taste.
Yeah.
But like, there was garlic and shrimp that we tried. There was honey.
Tomato and herb.
Yeah.
There was
Blueberry, which was our favourite.
best one.
What else?
Did you say
did we
honey?
try? Yeah, we
You said
said
honey. There was soy and butter,
Soya and butter, yeah.
which was a good one. There's just so many.
I've got mind blank.
I've gone mind blank. No, that was about it. That's all we tried. That's all we tried. They were the good ones. There were apparently that every season they change the flavors. Sometimes there's strawberry. There's other flavors which obviously they weren't there when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's so many great flavors, and I really think that why Disney World doesn't do this.
I think as well, a really unique touch about these popcorn flavors is they will only have those popcorn flavors in different areas that are related to that sort of flavor. So for example, over in DisneySea there is a huge Little Mermaid section. If you're a Little Mermaid fan, that is your place to go because it's amazing.
Yeah.
And they did the garlic shrimp and butter.
They did it.
And then in the Italy area of DisneySea, that's where you saw the sun-dried tomato and basil.
Yes.
And the blueberry flavours.
The honey flavour was actually at the Winnie the Pooh ride in Disneyland. So everything kind of connects into a way. The only thing I didn't really understand the connection to was in Tomorrowland, they had salted flavour.
Yeah.
That's not the future, people. That's not the future.
Salt is not the future.
Its Disneyland Paris counter service locations have very odd hours in the park, and I found that in June. Did Tokyo Disneyland have customs like this, never having constant times to eat?
No, it was open all the time.
All the time.
So from I think it was from open till close.
Yeah.
So
everything was open.
yeah, everything was
So
open.
no restrictions there for you.
No.
I know what you mean though, like some places have really weird times, but no. The only times they were closing was near closing time, like half an hour before the actual park shut. Everything will pretty much be shut by
now
then.
because it is actually our first time, we've never really been during an off-peak season because we arrived in May, so maybe it's because everything was open. But from what I've heard, no, it's all good.
All good. Yen confuses me to no end. Did you get it? To no end.
Yen. Very good.
Very funny. How much yen did you guys take roughly, and how much is that in pounds? So we took 204,000 yen. It's about 1,200 to 1,300 pounds, depending on the exchange rate. And yeah, that was more than enough money that we took. We actually had money left over from the trip.
We had too much money.
We had about 25,000 yen.
It got to the point where Tim and Jem were flying back. We had a flight early next morning.
Yes.
And so we actually thought, why don't we spend another day in the park? Because we had so much more money.
Exactly.
And we still had loads of money. So yeah.
Yeah, so with the yen, again, look out for comparison websites for exchanging, which what we did.
Yeah.
And we found loads of places that did really good things. Don't go to the high street ones, and that's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's up to you what you want to do, but you know, So yeah, so that's all the questions for the Tokyo trip. Sorry we couldn't cover as much as possible. Some people had repeated the questions, so that's why we kind of summarised it with the amount of ones that repeated. We hope you guys found it informative. If you do have any other questions, please let us know in the comments.
And we will try and help it out. Like I say, that it was our very first time. We're not experts in Tokyo whatsoever. It's our first time and we're just talking about our first experiences. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up. Really, really appreciate it. And if you've not already, click that red button down below.
Yes.
And make sure to subscribe and to make sure to smash that bell button as well so that you are notified when we bring out another video.
Yes, which is of course another Tokyo video for Tuesday. And we shall see you guys on Tuesday in that video. Take care now, folks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.